Hi, Miss Molly.
Hi.
How's it going? How's your day?
Good, good. What about you?
It's going great. Talking about relationships, relationships are not always easy. And when conflicts keep repeating, it somehow affects our mental health too. Can you talk about marital discord to help us understand this better?
Okay. Marital discord simply means that the relationship is not functioning smoothly. It is when the emotional connection, the trust, the sense of partnership that each person has starts to feel shaky. It is when the problem becomes me versus you rather than the us versus the problem. Think of marriage as a dance between a two couple. So initially everything is good. There's a synchrony between them. One partner moves, takes a step forward. Other partner leans in. One adjusts. Other person follows. So there's a beautiful flow that there's happening. But sometimes there are unmet needs, unheard communication that happens between the couple. That starts to pile on the relationship, and the partner start losing their rhythm. So one partner takes a step backward, other approaches with frustration or withdrawal, and the synchrony is lost.
Yes.
There is no sync there, and that no sync phase can be called as marital discord.
This no sync phase sounds very familiar to many of the couples. So, what might probably be the reasons or causes for this?
There's no single cause to it. Sometimes it is a build up between the unresolved conflicts, unmet needs, some expectations that were not fulfilled, and there's some emotional distance or a space between two couple starts widening. Oftentimes the reasons are the communication gap, as in one partner approaches other partner, becomes distant, becomes very defensive, so there's an argument happening, so there's a communication breakdown. That is one of the reasons. Other reasons could be some unmet needs where the partner would want to feel supported, appreciated, chosen, but those needs are not fulfilled in a relationship. Sometimes it is about the external pressures that hamper the synchrony between the couple. That could be parenting, that could be finances, that could be work pressure, stress, pressure from in laws, a lot of variables there that can impact the relationship. And sometimes it is just different coping mechanisms where the person would want to talk about the conflict, the other person is like, I want space, I don't want to talk about it. So just a basic mismatch between how do people resolve conflicts can lead to bigger conflicts.
Yeah. And when such arguments become frequent, it can take a toll emotionally. How can couple manage or cope in such situation?
Absolutely. When there are repeated arguments or fights happening, that can emotionally and mentally impact the two partners. But it is not the fight that is the problem. It is not the argument that is the problem. It is something beneath it, something that is not met, that is not heard, that is not held, that is the problem. So think of it as a situation where there's a pressure cooker and there's a lot happening
It's
inside
good that you always give me examples so that I can connect better.
Yeah, there's a lot of water oozing out. There's a lot of pressure that needs to be taken off. This is the conflict. Now, what you would do to take off this pressure is that you wouldn't directly throw water onto it.
Yeah.
That is, you wouldn't become defensive and throw arguments on it, more communication. And it does not matter how clear water you are throwing. It is a tap water or mineral water. It does not matter. Meaning that it does not matter how logical your arguments are. For that steam to blow off, what you need to do is that you need to simmer the gas. You need to keep aside the cooker, open it slightly, and let that pressure come out bit by bit.
Yes.
So what we are doing here is that we are pausing there, noticing that there is pressure building up, keeping that aside, and when we are letting the other person speak, we are not in the rush to win. We are not taking the content very seriously, but understanding what is this pressure about.
Yes.
And then probably you'll, when the pressure is off, you will throw some water to it, you'll talk about the conflict. So when there is a repeated conflict, slow it down, slow that cycle down. See where are you getting stuck. It is like same arguments. Oftentimes couple come and they say that it is the same fight that we are having. It is not like we're fighting now. She'll bring up the things of the past.
Yes.
Yeah. So which means that there is a cycle going on and we need to break that cycle.
For that we have to notice.
For that we have to notice, pause, not think about winning the argument, being gentle, validating, and understanding the need beneath it all, the expectation that a partner is coming up with.
Great. Now, Miss Molly, what would be your final message for couples who are struggling?
I think I would want to state it as many times as it is needed for the couple to hear, that your relationships aren't perfect. They aren't supposed to be perfect. They're supposed to be real. Your partners are not supposed to be ideal, matched to your ideal view of the partner. They're supposed to be human.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid about the fights. It is not about the argument, but try to see the emotion underneath. That is going to save you
Their
from
relationship.
further conflicts. That is going to save the relationship. And whenever you feel that there's the same loop that is happening there, same fights, don't delay the process so much. Sometimes in the presence of a therapist, you get to talk about the harder issues, the issues that you're afraid of, that safety is created. So all of these conversations get stirred there. So don't be afraid about those things. That would be my
The
final.
line that you told, your partners are not supposed to be
Ideal.
perfect.
Yeah.
That I really hope that everybody pauses for a while and rethink about it.